Hey everybody, I'm not sure if y'all can hear me. Hold on. Oh, Mish is live. Nice. Let me see if I'm live because sometimes it doesn't show when I'm live. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure y'all can hear me. I assume y'all can hear me. Okay, so this stream is directly towards one person I think is, well, let's just say a narcissist and a sociopath. Um, I need to see what they said again because why does it say upcoming? Okay. I just need to see what they said again. So, how are you gonna tell me nobody would read the description to my video why your channel is like a Western from the 70s? Okay, first of all, how is my channel like a Western from the 70s? I'm generally confused. All I'm doing is streaming games that I like. But the reason why I'm making this stream is to make my presence known to you. And I'm not, doing a community post. I'm not typing all that. I'm not going to comment onto your videos or join the Discord community chat. So the fastest possible way for me to get my message across to you was to make a stream. So it's not me, being angry, lied to, misled to, provoked it. I'm doing this on my own will for no reason. But there is a reason for it. I can't be bothered doing all the other solutions I said. But I felt the need to address this. Anyways, just wanted to let you know you'll never transition and be what you want to be. Well, where's the proof in that? Do you know what I look like in real life? Do you have physical access to my walls? To CCTV cameras? Do you see me in a restaurant on a camera watching me? No, I don't think so. The only thing you are trying to assume by is let everybody know I'm that person behind that picture, even though there's no definite proof that that's me. It's only your opinion. Oh, I just realized he made that name dedicated to me. Evasive Toxin. He made that dedicated to me because he thinks I'm evasive. He thinks that when I'm backed in a corner or something that I attempt to act evasive by changing the subject, lying, or just twisting things in hopes that it would make a clear difference. A clear, different reality. And then he said, "You're a gay man, now see ya." Well, actually, transgenderism and sexual orientation are actually a different distinction. So previewed sources say that if a transgender, man, for example, likes another female, they have not diagnosed that as gay. No previewed sources says that that's gay because they say sexual orientation isn't tied to people being transgender and having a specific feeling, romance to that person. So I'm not sure what you're trying to accomplish here. None of this hurts me. Let me just make that clear. I stream this channel specifically for me. And after a couple days, I'm actually going to delete this stream after I make this known to everybody. Well, not delete it, put it on private. To make this known to everybody. watching. Because I just don't give a fuck what people want to say, what people want to think. I don't give a fuck. That's what I'm just trying to say. I do not give a fuck. So calling me a man when I know that factually isn't true does not hurt me. I mean, I can use your logic and say that you're dating a gay man. You know? Since with your logic you say that any transgender person isn't a man, well, sorry, isn't a woman, then I can use your logic against you and say that you're gay. Because you're dating a transgender. And the reason why, let me just babysit you for a second. The reason why I said nobody would read your description to your video was because I wanted to provoke a reaction and it worked clearly because you're still on about it. I guess I wanted to troll you for fun. And I felt that your video was the same things that you do in the community chat, posting videos of people without proof that it's them. Yeah, that's why I think your video and your whole description is ridiculous and a waste of time to read. I mean, of course, the people who are loyal to you are going to read your description and support you because that's literally the only support you have, and some other outsiders of your clan. That's it. Literally, those are the only people who support you. Let me just see how many likes you have on your video to confirm this. I'm not going to click on your video, but I'm just going to see. Oh, I have no choice. Okay. That's fine. You're not getting paid anyway. 6 likes and 71 comments of Leon Knight trash talking you. Wait, did he? Yeah, he did, because he's saying you're spamming. Yeah, and there's other 6 comments. So, like, the majority of the comments you have are literally people supporting you. So when I said you wrote a wall of text that nobody would read, that was just me insulting you. Literally, obviously, people have read your description who supported you. However, the video you made on them, I assume NK, let me see the title. I think this is about Blake. Because I remember a tag team thing in the clan when I was there in 2023. Yeah, it probably is. I assume so. Yeah, the people you have uploaded the video to are not going to read your description or comment on your video because they think it's a waste of time and it's irrelevant. So that's what I literally meant. And you're super offended over it. And then you mentioned my mother. My mother and I do not fight anymore. I mean, yeah, I did admit that we had arguments back then in the community chat. I mean, I think we all had arguments with our mom before. That's literally a normal daily activity that's going to happen. We all argue with our mama. And then I said, that's like asking if I stopped committing crimes I never committed. The reason why I said that to retaliate is because I don't argue with my mom anymore. So essentially, I never argued with my mother. The last time we argued was like in 2024, where I'm trying to think who won the rock, paper, scissors. Because we were joking. Like we were playfully arguing. Well, you did say nobody would read my description, yet Jordan replied to it fully. What makes you think I give a fuck? Who read your fucking description? Let's just be serious here. What makes you think I give a fuck? Who replied to your description? Who read your description or not? All I'm saying is, most people from this community are not going to read your description. Maybe Jordan had... It's Jordan Genhawk? I'm not really sure. I think it is. I think it is. Jordan probably had a reason to reply to your description to call out how your video is fake. Probably. Because there's no proof that you beat them. I don't know. I don't care. And then I said, well, it makes you think I give a shit who read your description. Then you said, you see how you said nobody would read it, while on the other hand you're saying you don't care. It kind of doesn't make sense. Yeah, exactly. And that's when I mentioned the hyperbole. Like, obviously people have read your description. Obviously. I was just pointing out how your description was so cringe to provoke a reaction to you. And it clearly worked. Like Rhea Ripley can't stay out of people's businesses. Glenn Ripley. How was I in your business? I was commenting on your video and insulting you. What business have I interfered with? I was savagely dismantling your pathetic fragile ego, not chasing a role in your delusional blah 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 blah. Yeah, I was just typing like that to make you confused because I know you can't handle intellectual remarks. I see the two views on DVD got you wandering all over the place. Someone must be getting bored. Never think for 1 second you can step to my BF without me getting involved. He makes content. What do you do other than talk to yourself in streams of 0 viewers like a psycho boy? Sorry, psycho boy bye. I think I already addressed this. Yeah, so I'm not going to address that. I'm just going to address that you have her defending you and you're liking her comments. I think that's it. Yeah. So yeah, nothing you say bothers me, nothing you say hurts me. I'm going to continue streaming, being myself, and watching back because it's my personal preference. Nothing you say is going to make me quit otherwise. Nothing you say is going to make me upset. I just don't care. Okay, let me see. Since I said his name, he's gonna obviously check. Someone's watching my stream, so hold on. Let me see if anyone replied to the stream. Identifying as transgender is it's different from actually being one. Hold on. Identifying as transgender is different from actually being one. When someone identifies as transgender, they're literally one by definition, but okay. Stop comparing yourself to actual trans woman who put in work for the change. It's disrespectful. Okay, but how am I being disrespectful? Where's the disrespect? You tried lying to claiming you're trans when you're actually a gay man. But where's the proof of that? That's what I'm trying to understand here. I'm trying to understand the correlation here. How am I a gay man? Is there proof of that? What's the conclusion here? The fact you sit there as a man with no medical transition, trolling, yapping, it's crazy. Yeah, you're correct. I have no medical transition. The only thing that I have taken was estrogen. You're correct about that. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. Streaming about a whole duty ain't your BF. Move on. Well, I'm streaming about your boyfriend because he feels the need to comment onto my stream. That says something. Like, it's been 2 weeks since I responded to your BF, and then he has the need to comment onto my stream because I'm playing WWE. All the other streams he has not commented on, but when I play WWE, suddenly he wants to comment onto my stream, make hateful remarks to me, acting like that's going to affect my sustainability to continue to stream. That's what I'm confused about. You just admitted you're not transgender. How did I just admit I'm not transgender? Do you mean the medical procedures that people do on transgender people? Because just because someone doesn't, hold on. Just because someone hasn't medically transitioned does not mean that you're not transgender. You can't be considered an actual trans girl if you don't know from Ron. Well, actually, medically, changing is actually changing your sex, not that you're not transgender. So how it works is if you medically change your body, that basically means that you're legally changing your sex. So I'm not sure how that I'm not considered an actual trans girl just because I haven't, done medical procedures on myself, like plastic surgery. That's not how that works. I'm just waiting for other responses before I make my point about the transgender thing. So I know you guys are so uneducated, but being transgender actually means being uncomfortable with the sex that you were assigned at birth. That's called gender dysphoria. And you need to go to a doctor to get diagnosed with gender dysphoria. Well, at least in my country, to start hormones, all the necessary procedures. So that's when someone identifies as transgender. That's literally what transgender means. Hold on, I'm just checking a peer-reviewed source to see if I'm right. that it isn't about medical procedures. Yeah, I'm right. But yeah, gender identity isn't necessarily about medical procedures. It's more so about how you feel. So I'm not sure how this disproves me of being transgender. You're delusional. I have to go seek help. Okay, but you're not a medical professional to diagnose that. I'm literally reading from a peer-reviewed source that is reviewed by experts, and you're calling me delusional. Just waiting for more messages. Yeah, no one's commenting anymore. Hold on, let me just type this. Is a transgender trans without having medical surgery? Send a peer-reviewed source for that, please. Okay, it does exist. Let me see more of the peer-reviewed sources. Oh my goodness, fucking load. Okay, I'm not reading all that. I'm going to read the shortest version of it. Defines transgender people and gender diverse people as individuals whose gender identities and/or expressions differ from the sex assigned at birth. The guidelines advise that care may include medical or surgical treatments among others, but do not require surgery as part of being transgender. The standards include multiple modes of affirmation, social, psychological, etc., beyond surgery or hormones. Okay, so this confirms I'm right. But yeah, as I said, as people can see, the reason why I left this community is because people like to gaslight you into being into feeling cornered, into feeling wrong, and then they might use that, they might edit some of the clips they use and mislead people into saying that this person admitted they're not trans, etc., etc. When in reality, they are the ones claiming that you have to be transgender from having medical procedures, which I do admit I do not have any medical procedures on me because they're expensive. However, I do take hormones, which is estrogen. So technically, I am transgender because medical procedures and estrogen are not the process into being transgender. Did I screenshot this? Hold on. Because I'm going to send this to see if they're wrong. So are they wrong? Hold on. Yes, the claims in the screenshot live chat are incorrect according to medical and professional peer-reviewed sources. Defines gender as someone whose gender identity differs from the sex assigned at birth. States that medical blah 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 blah. States that being transgender is about gender identity. Medical transition is a personal choice, not a requirement for the identity itself. Yeah, I had to double check that because I thought I was wrong for a second, even though I know I wasn't, but I just wanted to see, you know, if any new peer-reviewed sources came up. But from what I see, there's none, and I stand corrected. So yeah, when I ask for proof, when I ask for evidence that I'm a gay man instead of a transgender man, they can't tell. They can't provide it. They can't say they have it because they don't have it. They are just claiming based on their opinion. Identifying as transgender is different from actually being one. Nope, that's wrong. According to peer-reviewed sources. Because they say a person does not need to undergo any medical transition or hormones to be transgender, and it's a misconception. And not what is supported by professional or peer-reviewed sources. Yeah. Well, I think I'm done here. I said what I had to say. But I do have one more thing to say. I just want to give some advice to the people who are watching this because it got 40 views. My advice for you guys is to not stay in this community because people say misinformation, misconceptions about gay and trans people. I'm trying to think because it's been a long time since I've been in the community, like 6 months. They antagonize people, they patronize people, they trying to think. Use hate speech against people, most certainly. I have all screenshots of that as well. take this online game so seriously that they like it's winning $1 million, that they need to actually that they need to stalk you and not stop at nothing when you try to make peace. They still want to do confrontation. That's all the points I made. I'm gonna go now.